why interest rates don't matter. Today on The Brian Murray Show. Welcome to The Brian Murray Show, a real estate show, New Jersey style. And today's discussion point is why interest rates don't matter. If you think about it, Brian must be crazy, right? Interest rates matter. Everybody's saying interest rates matter. Affordability, cost per month, interest rates matter. But here's why they don't matter. Yes, they have gone up 2 points or so in the last 3 or 4 months. Yes, the affordability of your mortgage or the price of your mortgage has gone up a little bit in the last 2 or 3 months. Maybe the affordability of what you can buy has gone down a little bit in the last 2 to 3 months. But here's what you have to look at. Inflation is kicking butt on the housing market, but not the home housing market. It's kicking butt on the rental market. In a lot of rental areas, especially here in Hoboken, Jersey City, rents are up 20 to 30% or more. There's bidding wars for rentals. So if you think about it, if you're a renter and all of a sudden you're going out there and looking for a new rental and boom, you're up 20 to 30%. Or you're getting a renewal lease at maybe 20%. That's a big number. But if you have a fixed rate mortgage, whether it's at 3% or 4% or 5%, you know every month for the next 5 to 30 years that your mortgage number will not change. So does it matter whether it's 3% or 5%? Yeah, that number is a little bit bigger, but it will not change. The landlord will not come in and say, hey, by the way, Brian, your rent now just went from $4,000 to $5,000 this month. And next year we don't know. Maybe it'll be $6,000. We don't know. Inflation goes up, market conditions go up, rents go up. They're flying up, and there's just no homes for people to live in. So it's very, very competitive. The prices continue to go up. Now, if you're sitting there in a fixed rate mortgage or even an adjustable rate with a 5 to 10 year arm, you're like, well, I know what my mortgage is going to be next month, and I know what it's going to be a year from now, and I know what it's going to be 2 years from now, and I know what it's going to be 4 years from now, and I can plan for that. So that's why rates don't matter, because you can plan for them. What you can't plan for is a 20, 30% jump in your rent. This is today's discussion point. Weekly market numbers, May 5th, 2022, Hoboken, Jersey City. This is Brian Murray, and let's take a look at the numbers. So, for Hoboken and Jersey City, you can see that the interest rates or the rate hikes have made a small impact on the market. You still look at the under contracts versus available, and it's about 1.5 months in Hoboken and a little over 2 months in Jersey City. That means that the market slowed a drop, not much more than a drop. If you look at the number of new listings in the last 30 days, 100 in Hoboken, 89 in Jersey City. That's still not a lot of new listings that have come on the market for the spring market. The challenge is that nobody has a place to live. That it's not about the interest rates rising, it's about you can't find a home in the suburbs. And if they think that this spring is going to be any different than last spring or the spring before, you are mistaken. So you're going to see this giant squeeze in the suburbs. Over the last 2 years to 3 years, a lot of homes have sold in those suburbs. So people have kind of locked in. They've taken up all the excess inventory, and that's a trickle-down effect. Moreover, more buyers want 2 and 3 bedrooms and more space to work from home. So that is causing the larger home market to really be competitive. That's what you see here. Ask to sold price over 100% in Hoboken, almost 100% in Jersey City. That means lots and lots of bidding wars. If you need to find a home and you haven't been able to find a home, you need to come here first and talk to me. I have strategies for my clients for multiple bid situations, i.e. bidding wars. I also know how to get sellers to their next home so they have a safe landing spot. So if you're thinking of selling and you don't want to sell because you don't know where you're going to get a home, come talk to me. I have many connections throughout the burbs, and the fact is that the only way homes are getting sold in the burbs are in these who-you-know situations. It's the truth. I had a realtor the other day tell me in the burbs the way he sells homes is he horse trades them with other agents. When there's 40 offers out there on a home or 20 offers or 15 offers on a home, it's like, well, you get me this one and I'll give you my next one. Wish it weren't the case. Wish it wasn't like that. The seller still gets the most amount of money, and now it's just picking from which lucky buyer gets the home. So come to me because I know the realtors that have the homes. And then we can get your home sold for the highest price. This is the weekly market report, Hoboken, Jersey City, May 5th, 2022. The good, the bad, the ugly, inflation edition. So let's start with the good. And you might not think it's good until you hear the rest. But if you are a renter and your landlord offers you a 10% increase in your rent, consider that good because the market is 20 to 30%. So if you're a good renter and your landlord said, hey, my costs are going up, I'm only going to bump up your rent 10%, that's good. The bad is that if you're a renter and you're out there right now and you're changing your situation, rents are 20 to 30% higher and there are multiple bid situations. I had one rental the other day, must have had 40 inquiries about one rental. So there was just a tough situation out there and some people are going to find themselves without a place to live. And the ugly, if you are a student, especially here in this area, we have several colleges and a lot of the students live off campus. Well, guess what? If you're on kind of a fixed budget or a fixed income because you're a student, now your rent has gone up 20-25% because you're moving in with different roommates and that kind of thing. What are you going to do? How are you going to eat? And now think about that trickle-down effect across the country for people who are maybe living kind of on paycheck to paycheck or kind of right within their means, and all of a sudden they get a 20% bump in their housing. What does that affect most? I personally think that places like Olive Garden are going to be a tough situation. Sort of that mid-level restaurant is going to be in a tough situation because people are going to have a lot less discretionary income because it's going to rent. And what are they going to do? Are they going to be able to go out to dinner as much? Probably not. I would think that that might be a place where you're going to see that you're going to get some open tables in some places. But I feel for these students, I feel for the renters right now, and hey, I feel for the landlords who over the last couple of years had to reduce rents by 10, 15, 20%, and many of them ran at a loss from COVID on. So that's the good, the bad, the ugly. There's a few ways to look at it, but just know that the rental inflation is here and it's not likely to go away. That doesn't mean that it's going to continue to rise at 20%, but I think that these are the new baseline rents for the foreseeable future. I'm going to leave you with a positive reflection. We cannot change the nature of a thought or of a truth, but we can, as it were, guide the ship by moving the helm. Thank you for watching The Brian Murray Show. As always, all episodes of The Brian Murray Show can be found at themurraypropertygroup.com under the blog section. You can find me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Google My Business. Please leave your comments. I do love them. I will respond to them. Please share this show, especially these weekly numbers. It's important that people get the information that they need in this time. And again, if there's anything that you disagree with, reach out to me directly and I'll show you why you're wrong. Thanks for watching.